sorry to keep everybody up, but we're obviously very, very excited that we found a way to win this regional. Let me tell you, USC has one heck of a ball club. I read a fair amount and heard a fair amount about them throughout the season, how great of an offensive ball club that they have, and certainly they showed that this weekend. Certainly they have a lot to be proud of, and we feel very, very fortunate to be sitting at this podium with winning the regional championship, because they've got a heck of a club. That said, I'm just so proud of our ball club. It's been noted how much this club has went throughout this season. We've endured more than any ball club that I've coached in our 12 years here at Virginia. And certainly this moment is very, very special because of what these guys here at these tables and the guys on the entire ball club have accomplished with winning this regional. Very, very special. This particular game, certainly it's not how we would draw it up, but maybe that makes it all that more special because of how we won it. Jumping out to that 4-0 lead and then giving it right back to them. Certainly they earned it with swinging the bats very, very aggressively. And just the fact that our guys just hung in there throughout the ball game and found a way at the end to win a game and have a chance to play on again next weekend. So as proud of the ball club as I've ever been, and we're looking forward to the opportunity to continue playing next weekend.
Brian, you've won 6 of these now. Is it fair to say none of the first 5 came about this way? And what was it like just as the game went on and Sunday comes in Monday and so forth?
Well, we feel very fortunate. The players do, the coaches do, that we're in this position again. We know what goes into putting yourself in this position. Certainly, we're honored that I think we've won regional championships 6 out of the last 7 years. We're really proud of that, and that's because of the effort that these players put into it day in and day out. We've been in this moment before. Certainly, in our coaching staff's time, the first 5 years or so, we've been on the other end of this. And certainly we learned a lot from that time. I'll tell you the biggest thing we probably learned as a coaching staff, Jeff, would be that to relax and let the players play the game. I'll tell you, in our first 5 years, we were pretty uptight because we wanted to win so bad and advance on. And I think through time we learned maybe what the best approach is to have with our ball club coming in at this time of the year, and it certainly has served us well.
Coach, can you talk about the 3-1 8th, it came back a tie, and then describe the 5-1 11 to put you ahead?
I'll tell you, that feels like it was a day ago, and I think it was, but I don't quite remember exactly what the specifics were in those innings. I probably have to go back and look at the play-by-play, quite frankly. I just know it was, guys that hung in there and continued to battle. Guys that got big clutch hits. Kevin Doherty got 2 of them certainly, in the final inning there, in the 11th inning. Matt Theis's big hit was huge, and certainly the job that David Rosenberger did out of our bullpen was tremendous. He hung in there and continued to throw strikes. We were limited with what our options were, and David just continued to give us a chance to score a run, and that's had a lot to do with us winning that ball.
Hey Kevin, how tough is it to make the switch going from being on the mound to going to the full-time DH role and to be able to get the big hits after you gave up a couple runs on the mound?
For me, initially I just thought back to my high school days and would think, I did this pretty much every day I did throughout high school, and just kind of, make sure I did the job at hand and not, look back and realize, the severity of the situation. And just by taking it one pitch at a time, both sides hitting and pitching, it's really helped me kind of just, keep it simplified, which has helped me a lot throughout the whole, transition into this role.
Matt, USC played about 9 hours of baseball and I guess about a 10-hour span. Do you feel if you were able to kind of hang close as the game went on that maybe fatigue would set in and affect them, which it didn't do?
I mean, maybe a little at the start, but I tell you what, they never stopped fighting. They probably played 10 hours of baseball today, and they didn't give up points. In the first inning, the first game to the 11th inning there, they didn't stop fighting. In fact, their catcher probably caught close to 22 innings today. Just guys that were running out there. Hats off to them for the job they did playing 10 hours of baseball today.
Hey, David, their offense had scored something crazy like 28 runs in the last 13 innings, carrying over from yesterday. How were you able to come in and throw up 4 zeros like that?
I just have the mindset of I just don't want to do too much, and I wanted to be aggressive with my pitches and put the pressure on them opposed to the other way around. I knew I was in a big spot, and I was just trying to keep my team in the game.
Kevin, you were a contributing factor to the ball club. What were you thinking when you guys scored 5 runs? You contributed very well with hitting today. Talk about your performance.
Yeah, my mentality pitching-wise was just to get the team back in the club or in the dugout, just so they can get back to being aggressive off the bats. Because I know the offense that we have is so impressive and so aggressive that you kind of just want to keep serving them. And then part of the offense, just trying to just add any way I could. Just try to get on base because I know the guys behind me, in front of me are such great hitters. Just try to give it up to them. That really helped me.
Hey, Brian, when the game was 9-5, it looked like it was maybe on the verge of getting blown out. Did you ever start thinking about I could have to come back Monday and play? And what was the key to kind of staying within reach and being able to make that comeback?
Well, I never really thought about the game tomorrow, but certainly in how you manage the game from a pitching staff standpoint, you have to be thinking, what do we need to do to save some pitching for the next day? We're the visiting team tonight, and you need to manage the game in a way from a pitching staff standpoint that you still have something left. And when we sent David out there for his first inning, 2 of the 3 hitters coming up were going to be left-handed. Coach Kuhn and I talked that we would probably only have him go out there 1 inning, so we had him again, the next day, and wouldn't know it all of a sudden in the top of the 8th inning is when we scored 3 runs, and so then it was easier to make the decision to send him back out there. So that was the only time really I thought about, well, what if we have to play another game the next day? Was just from a management and pitching staff standpoint.
But have you ever, I'm trying to think, have you ever been in this position where you win a super regional and you're not sure at that moment where you think the next game's going to be?
Defer to our esteemed SID. Andy, have we ever been in this scenario before where we haven't known where we're going and stuff? Okay.
So what's that?
So, to my knowledge, in our 12 years, or however many super regionals we've been to, 6 or 7, that we've never been in this scenario, not knowing what the next step is. So Jeff, what our plan is our plan is to stay here in California and, you know, evaluate the game, the results of the game tomorrow night between UCLA and Maryland, and then that'll dictate what we do from there. So it's kind of odd, you know, but exciting maybe that we get an extra day's rest than our opponent. So we're looking forward to tomorrow. The plan tomorrow is beach, okay, and probably either Padres or Angels. For these guys, it's a pretty good day. So.